Hey everyone, Mike Serwinski with MetaLogic Design. As I mentioned before, this is a tutorial on how to set up Google Ads for a local service company. Okay, so let's dive in. Here's the URL, ads.google.com. Okay, so let's get started. Click Start Now, and you're going to log in with an account. Okay, so here we are. If you are a professional marketer or somebody who wants to set up a campaign properly, this is where you go. So you're going to click right here. There's a little link that says switch to expert mode. Okay, then it takes us to the objective of the campaign. Okay, so sales is to drive sales online, leads, traffic. This is more for people who are trying to get a lot of volume to their website and then probably do some affiliate marketing or run some kind of AdSense on there. Product or brand consideration. Local store visits and promotions, app promotion that doesn't apply, and brand awareness and reach. This is all about branding. Okay, so as a local service company, we want leads. Okay, we don't have an online store. We don't care about traffic. No one gets paid on traffic. So we're going right after the leads. We want phone calls, and we want people to fill out the forms. So we're going to go to leads. Okay, so choose how you're going to gather it. Form submissions from your ads, form submissions from your website, phone calls from your ads. Okay, so we're going to start here with form submissions from your website and then phone calls from your ads. We can do both. Okay, we're not going to necessarily do forms from the ads right now. We want people to either go to our website or landing page, fill out a form, or call us from there. Okay, so we're going to select a campaign. Display are the ones when you see those images posted all over the display network, people's websites, things like that. That's a branding technique. We're not going for that. Discovery, we're not going for that with YouTube and Gmail Discover. We're not a shopping, that's X'd out, and so is video. Performance Max, that's giving some Google a little more control than I think that they deserve. So we want to go start with the search campaign. Okay, continue. Okay, so here, now we have a campaign. So let's say I am a local landscape tree service attorney, whatever it is, and I want to focus on a specific geographic territory. Okay, so I'm going to say, I'm going to put this in brackets because you're going to fill that out. My home, my business location, because whatever the city is that you're located. So here, I'm in Lafayette, Louisiana. So let's say Lafayette. All right. Where do you want your ads to be shown? Here's the part where they talk about the network. Okay. Do you want it to be on the search network? Let me give you an example what the search network is. Let's do tree service, Lafayette, Louisiana. Okay. This is the search network. Okay, here are the ads, Google My Business, organic listings, more ads. This is the search network. This is where we want to be. This is where the highest customer intent to buy is located. People who are actively looking for your services in your area at a specific time, you want to be shown. Okay, that's where you want to be. Okay, so you have search network, display network. As I explained earlier, display network is where they're going to show images of your ads to people who may be in the market. We're not 100% sure. I don't want that, so I click that off. Include Google search partners. Okay, so to help you get a similar cost per conversion as you get on the search network, some clicks on the search partner network may cost less in terms of how much it costs per click. That's CPC. Search partner performance won't impact the quality score. Okay, search partners, again, you're showing your ad on other people's websites. And that's not where we want to be. We want to be here. When somebody is searching for your service, your local service, we want to be front and center, right in front of them when they are actively looking for your service. So always check this off. And I'm going to make another video on how to optimize these campaigns, but Google always recommends do search partners because you get more exposure and more clicks. Google gets paid on clicks. I get paid on performance. If you're setting this up yourself, you don't care about impressions or clicks. You care about leads, okay? So we want to completely forget about Google search partners. This is important right here. Your location. When you go to enter another location, because the United States is way too broad. If you're a local service company, you only want to focus on your area. You only want your ads showing in your area. So you're going to click enter another location, and then you're going to click advanced search. And here's where you get to put in the towns, the zip codes, the region, whatever you want to focus on here. So if I were to do Lafayette, Louisiana, it gives you an estimated reach volume, gives you all the different Lafayettes, and you can either target, exclude, or nearby. You want to target your hometown. So we're going to hit target, and then on the map, it shows up, okay? You can do a radius. Let's say you're a little larger. Let's say I'm in Chicago. And I want to hit Chicago, and I want to get 40 miles around Chicago. Chicago, Illinois, target, boom. So now it's showing me that I'm targeting all these areas by radius, okay? Now, another thing you can do if you really want to get specific, let's say I want to do here, but I don't want to target Joliet. I don't like Joliet for some reason. Okay, so let's go here, and I'm going to put in, going to go back to location, enter it, Joliet, and I want to exclude that area. So I'll exclude it. And now they're all in red. Now I'm excluding the 504,000 people in Joliet. Okay, so let's hit save. Location options. So once you put that in, location options are important. I always start with the presence or interest in, regularly in, or have shown interest in your targeted locations. And Google actually recommends that. And then exclude people in your excluded locations, which we just added, okay? So that's how I always start my campaigns. And if I want to get really, really, really specific, then I'll start making changes to that. But just to start a campaign, I always put that in there. English is the default. Audience segments. We're not going to get into audience segments at this point because we're just trying to set up a basic Google ad campaign for a local service company. But I will, in another video, talk about how we can start analyzing different types of audiences so Google can get a view of the types of people, the audiences in market segments, demographics that are the best fit for leads for you. Budget. So here we want to put in your daily budget. Okay, so I'm going to get my calculator out here. Let's say my monthly budget is $1,000, just for round numbers. What you're going to want to do is divide that by 30.4, because that's what Google is going to do. So my daily budget, if I do that, it's going to be 32.89. I'm a round up. If I go to 1,000, over $1,000 by a little bit, not a huge deal. Okay. Picking your location, super important. Budget's good. In terms of bidding, this is the most important part when setting up a Google Ads campaign for a local service company, okay? Okay, so at this point, we're gonna set it up for clicks. Google's given us the options right now based on our campaign goals on impression share clicks, okay? So we're gonna start with clicks. We're not gonna set a maximum cost per click right now, okay? Alternative bidding strategies are gonna be available after we create the campaign. We're gonna go back and we're gonna change this to what we want, okay? Ad rotations, when we make our ads, we want to we're gonna do optimize prefer the best performing ads. So we're gonna let Google optimize it with that. So, and then these are all of your extensions. And once we get in, we're gonna create all these different extensions, okay? Well, let's just get in and start making some of these. Okay, so once you've created a campaign consists of different ad groups. Okay, so an ad group is it's going to be a group of keywords that are common to each other that we want our ads to show for. Okay, so let's say that we are let's go back to tree service. So for one of my ad groups, I'm going to go after people who are looking for tree service near me. Okay, in here is where you're going to put in the keywords that you want people to your ad to show for. Okay, so I'm going to do, let's do tree service. I want people who are searching for near me. Near me is key for local service companies, okay? We want people who are looking for tree service companies in their area or whatever service company you're in. So you do tree service near me. Let's do one by the town. Tree service, and then put your town. I'm going to do one because I want tree service Lafayette. We're going to get into this a little bit more as we continue to set up this campaign, but this is super, super important right here. You have different types of keyword matches, okay? If you look down below, you have keyword, you have broad match, which is when it's set up just like this with no parameters around it. If you put parentheses, you'll see if you put parentheses here, that's a phrase match. That means I want people who are looking for the exact terms, tree service, or related to tree service near me, tree service in whatever town you're in. And then exact match is I only want to show up for if somebody puts in exactly tree service near me. Okay, and Google's pretty accurate with that. Broad match, when you don't have any parentheses or brackets, you're telling Google, hey, show me for any types of services related to any of these. So tree service, you'll find business plans, business cards, quotes, pruning shears. You're just going to find all types of irrelevant search traffic, and I'm going to show you an example of that in a little bit. Okay, so we always want to start with phrase match. Okay, so I'm going to put parentheses around each of those. Okay, let's say I am a tree service company and I want to do, so instead of just very general tree service, now I want to get a lot more tree removal jobs. So we're going to do one for tree removal. Okay. Same thing. We're going to go down here, tree removal near me, tree removal Lafayette. We can even do tree removal service. Okay, so what I'm doing is in each of these ad groups, I'm doing a very focused batch of keywords that are all around the same theme. Okay, so tree removal is different than just general tree service. Okay, so these are people who are just looking for tree removal. Let's say, same thing. Let's say I just want to show up for people who are looking for tree trimming. Okay, so we're going to do a different ad group all around tree trimming. Near me, tree trimming Lafayette, and we're going to do tree trimming service. We can even do tree trimming companies. Again, let's get these parentheses in here. Phrase match is where you want to be. Okay, we do not want broad match, and Google's going to tell you that you want to do broad match. Do not listen to Google. I'm telling you, that's a huge mistake. All right, so now we have our campaign set up, and we have our different ad groups. So we're going to save and continue. Okay, so this is where we start making our ads. So the way that it goes, you have a campaign. Underneath the campaign, you have different ad groups. And then within each ad group, you have ads. So you have to put the final URL of where you want to send people. I'm just going to put MetaLogic Design for now, okay? You're going to want to put your website, the specific page of your website that you want people to go to. Okay, so right now, if I'm doing this I'm in the tree service ad group, this is going to be for all around tree service. If I'm in the tree removal, I'm going to send them to my tree removal page. If I want tree trimming, I'm going to do tree trimming page. Okay, so you want the link that you're going to send people to be very consistent with the page that you're taking them to. So if your website's not set up great, you want a different landing page for each one of these services. Okay, so once we've put in our URL where we want visitors to go, then the next is going to be your display path. So usually it's something around the service that you're offering. So if this were tree service again, let's do tree removal. I like to put the keywords in here that you're focusing on for this ad group, okay? So tree removal, and then I'll put the town. Doesn't have a huge impact on the campaign, but I like putting as much stuff as I can. So here's what it looks like now. It gives you the root domain here, and then it gives you the extensions right here, the display path. Okay, so back in the day, Google allowed you to do an expanded text ad where you had control over 3 headlines. A year or two ago, I don't remember exactly when, they got rid of expanded text ads, and now you can only do responsive text ads, okay? So responsive text ads give you the ability to put in, I believe, up to 15 headlines, okay? And then Google has the control to rotate those headlines as they see fit, trying to get you the best results for your campaign goals, which are calls and form submissions. So, and Google's going to give you up here ad strength to see how strong they think your ad is, and then they give you some ideas. So, I would always, the one thing you always want to put in your headlines, put your company name in there. Okay, so I'm going to put MetaLogic Design. And if I were a tree removal company, I would put tree removal. If I were an attorney, I would say MetaLogic Attorney, and I put the town. We're going for local here, right? We want local. Let's see, if I were a plumber, so I'll do MetaLogic Plumbing Service. So as you can see here, it gives you a counter. You have 30 characters, okay? Not 30 words, 30 characters. And then you're gonna want to put for your headlines some of the benefits. Okay, so let's say I'm a certified arborist. Or not, I shouldn't say benefits. This is more of a differentiator. We want some differentiators, okay? Let's say you're an accountant and you're a CPA in Lafayette. So we're just trying to get the basics here, okay? As you start filling these out, the other one, okay, and then, hey, full disclaimer here, Google is not going to give me an excellent score here because my headlines are not going to be relevant to the keywords in this ad group, which are all tree service. Okay, so I'm just giving you examples. So you want to include popular keywords in your headlines. You want to fully complete these headlines too. Okay, so if there's 15, which I think there's 15, fill them all out. If you want to make some unique, so this is where I would do differentiators. So let's say over 15 years experience. Okay, another differentiator would be like how many years you've been in business. So let's say you're a landscaper. Beautiful landscapes since since 2000. So that doesn't fit. So let's do something like perfect landscape since 2000, whatever. And then once you do all your headlines with your keywords, you start doing some differentiators, then you're going to want to do any types of benefits. So, or anything that really stands out. So let's do something like most trusted lawyer in Lafayette. Or let's just say Lafayette. Okay. Let's do top ranked pool service, Lafayette, or whatever your city is. Okay, so, and let's say you are a med spa, okay, and you're offering like a scar removal or something like that. You could do some of the benefits of the treatment that you offer. So if you were doing some type of scar, so you would say like improved skin texture and feel. If you are, let's say you are an HVAC repair person. So you could say HVAC repair expert, Lafayette. So you want to have different variations of the keywords in your headline. You want to add your unique selling proposition. If you have any certifications, any type of years of experience, how long your business has been in business. You also want to put so some of the other keywords that we always use, like top rated. We like most trusted, and then you'd put in your service. Service top rated, most trusted. You can even do #1 service Lafayette. Whatever your service is, you put that in there. And let's do one more. And then if you're running out of ideas, another one that actually does perform pretty well is putting your website URL. So if I did this, website.com. Okay, so Google actually, when I add those to some of these ones, let's say I have my ad strength is good, then I put in a website URL. A lot of times it'll bump up, so they like that. Another important thing that you're going to want to add to these are some of your calls to action. Okay, so what is it that you want people to do? So is it you could do request a free consultation. You could say get a free quote today. You could do call now to learn more. Another little thing for headlines, it's kind of like if you think about when people used to have the newspaper and read a magazine, or if you go on these news websites, headlines, the first word in each of the first letter in each word is capitalized, okay? So we want to make sure that each letter in the first word is capitalized, okay? Along with the responsive search ads, you can have descriptions, okay? So this is when you get a little more in-depth. A lot of this kind of verbiage should be on your website or on your landing page. I'm going to give you an example of one that we have for a med spa. So if aging, acne, or just too much time in the sun has left you with unwanted wrinkles. So we have this is like a 2-line one. So if they show both these at the same time. There it is. So I got 90 and 90. So unwanted wrinkles, lines, or scars, then laser skin resurfacing may help your skin look better. Okay, so let's say we are a landscape hardscape company that wants to promote pools or outdoor living spaces. Okay, so you do something like this. Enjoy year-round entertaining. Start planning your pool and outdoor living space today. You could do one where it's like, our team has 30 years of experience in breathtaking outdoor spaces. Call today for a quote. Okay, things like that. So something a little more in depth, just giving some more description to your headlines. Okay, so we have finished. We have put the URL in there. We put our display path. We put a bunch of headlines in there. Everything's looking good. If it's poor or average, fix it. If it's good and you can't think of anything else to put in your headlines, roll with it. I have some ads that are under Google categorizes them as good, and they're killing it. Okay, so just do the best that you can with that. You have your descriptions in here. So now you have these. So now they used to be called extensions. Now they're called assets. That was in the last month or so. Okay, so site links is going to be the first extension of your ad that you're going to want to create. Now let me tell you what an extension is. So these right here are your headlines, descriptions, and then these links right here that are underneath the ad, these are site links, because you can click on them and go to that page. So I'm going to go back. Let's say I'm going to do a tree surface again, and I want to let people know, like, if you're searching for tree service, these are the types of services that we do. We do tree removals. And then you can do a description. And then you can put the URL. Let's say you have a page there for tree removals. Okay, like, hey, we also do tree trimming, and the URL would be this, and they would go to your tree trimming page. Okay, we want these links to go to the right pages. Don't just send everybody to the home page where they have to start clicking around and find what they're looking for. Okay, if somebody's looking for tree service, but really they want tree removals, and you have a site link for tree removals, take them to the tree removals page. Don't make it easy on them. We want them to take the least amount of clicks to get what they want. Okay, so let's say we do some stump removal. If anyone's watching this and they're in the tree service industry, they're like, why are you doing stump removal and not stump grinding? I'll do another video on that, but stump removal gets way more impressions and searches than stump grinding. So again, we'll do that to the actual page. So again, in the description, you're going to add a brief description of each one of these services, kind of like what we did for the headlines. Okay, they're not always going to show. Example here, they're not showing there. They're not showing here, but sometimes you'll see that they actually show the site link with a brief description under it. Okay, and then once we're done with that, description. Let's just do test. I'm just filling it out just so they won't deny it. They're not going to, but they're going to say, we recommend you do this, and I don't want to go through that. So just, you can do site links without descriptions, but just add some descriptions. It's better that way. And then we hit save. So there you go. Now we can apply it to that campaign. Okay, or to that ad group. So as you scroll down this page, you'll see this is for the ad group tree service. You'll see this is for the ad group tree removal. You're going to do the same thing. And then you'll see right here you have tree trimming. Okay, same thing. You want all these different ads for each ad group. Okay, so I'm going to hit save and continue. Okay, this is when you're going to put in your billing information. Okay, so I am not going to fill this out clearly with you guys here. But I'm going to fill out, where my location, my time zone, your organization name, put in your credit card, and then hit submit. Okay, I'm going to do that, and then we'll get back to it. Okay, filled it out. So I'm going to hit explore my campaign. And this is your dashboard. Okay, this is where when you log in, you're going to see your campaigns. They're going to give you recommendations. You can see your ad groups, all your ads, assets, everything. Okay, so let's go to my campaigns. Now this campaign I don't want to be live, so I'm going to pause it. Because this isn't a real campaign. And I'm not done. So I wanted to just get in here and start scrolling around and fixing things. First of all, the first thing that I want to do is change the bid strategy. So I'm going to go back into this campaign and I'm going to the settings. Now, let's go back to maximize clicks. We do not want maximize clicks, okay? I don't care what Google tells you. I don't care what anyone tells you. You are a local service company. You do not want maximize clicks. You do not get business from maximizing clicks. You get business from maximizing conversions, okay? And you don't want to, if you do maximize clicks, you are going to burn through this budget super fast. We want to control this, okay? So we're going to click here, and we're going to go to change bid strategy. And it's going to say what you want to focus on. It's giving me the same stuff from before. Or select a bid strategy directly, not recommended. Google doesn't like when you have control, okay? We like having control, they don't. So we're gonna go back, and we don't wanna maximize clicks or conversions because you don't wanna tell Google to maximize these conversions yet because they are gonna blow through your budget. All of these things, these automated bid strategies, do never start a new campaign with automated bid strategies. It's a horrible idea. No matter what Google tells you, don't do it. Start on manual. Take control of the campaign right off the bat. And then once you have enough data and Google has enough data, then we can talk about switching this out. So we want manual CPC. Now, this is important too. And I haven't gotten into this, but we're going to. I like starting these campaigns with enhanced CPC. So they do adjust the bids a little bit here and there, and that's okay with me. But I can't do it yet until I set up conversion tracking, okay? So I am going to hit save. And then we're going to go on to conversion tracking. To do conversion tracking, we're going to go up to tools and settings. Under measurement, you're going to conversions. Okay, I'm going to X out of this because I don't need to go through this guide. You can go through it if you'd like. Now, when we set up this campaign, we told them we want to count website leads, like people who fill out a form, or phone calls as conversions, okay? So the first one is if somebody fills out the form, I want it to count. So if I go and click on that conversion, here's what it's given me. The name, so I can change that if I want. I'll call it a website form submission. Somebody submitted the form, okay? Submit lead forms, primary or secondary. Since these are both different categories in the conversions, we're going to want this to be a primary because that's one of the things that we primarily want people to do. The value, you can come up with this if you want, okay? So if you know your numbers and you know it takes a certain amount of leads to convert into an actual customer, and then you know the lifetime value of that customer, you can put that in there, okay? But we just really want to count leads, okay? So I'm just going to, like the number of leads. So I just don't even use one. Again, they don't recommend it. So, but don't listen to Google. The source is a website or a landing page, whatever it is. It comes from a URL. Okay. Now, how many conversions you want to count per interaction? Okay. So we just want one. So if one customer fills out the form, that's one conversion. If that same customer goes back and fills it out again, and then again, and then again, that's really one lead. That's not three, even though they filled out the form 3 times, that's the same person filling it out 3 times. So we just want to count these forms as one. So we're going to save it. Engage view, we don't need to worry about that. Click through conversion window. So it happens when after a person interacts with your ad. I'll put this 60 days, 90 days. If somebody clicks on your ad once and then they come back 30, 45 days later and then fill out a form, you want that to count because they initially heard about your service and what you offer from the ad. So I'm going to save that. View through convert maximum time after a person views your ad, you want it to count to view through conversions. We don't have to worry about that. And then the attribution model. A lot of this is going to be going to data driven. So you can do, I'll usually do a first click, last click. I'm going to start with first click because I want when they first click on your ad, I want them to be counted as that's the person who converted on from that ad. So I'm going to do this and then I'm going to click done. Okay, so this is all set up. Now you need to go to the tag. So there's different ways to do it. You can install it yourself with some code. So they will say, here's the code, and you need to put it in between these tags. So this is called the Google. This is the Google tag that just shows like, hey, people went to this place, went to your URL from Google Ads. Now the event snippet is telling somebody, hey, and this is how I recommend doing it. If somebody fills out your form, we want to redirect them to a thank you page. So fill out the form, hit submit, and then a new page pops up and it says, thank you for submitting. Thank you for reaching out to us. One of our associates or team members will be with you as soon as possible. Okay. So then now we take this event snippet and we put it on the thank you page. Okay. So, again, you would take this, they give you the code, they want it on the head of the thank you page, and then you're good to go. So this goes on, let's say it goes on your website and it just goes into all your pages on the website. This event snippet only goes on the thank you page. Okay. So that's one way to do it. So this, if you're doing a WordPress or if you're using some other type of platform, Wix or GoDaddy, whatever, usually there's a place in the back end where you can add that yourself. We use Google Tag Manager. Okay. So you'll go and you'll set up a Google Tag Manager account. And then from there, you can just put in the conversion ID, conversion label, and go from there. Okay. So these are the ways to do it. I'm going to create a couple more videos on how to do it both of these ways. Email the tag this might actually be the best option for most local service companies because you can take this and email it to your whoever's handling your website or your landing page and have them do it. So those are the different options. If they're experienced, they'll probably be using Tag Manager, which is probably already installed on your site. If they're not and they don't know what they're doing, you may want to give us a call because you don't want somebody who doesn't know anything about setting up some simple tracking code on your site. You can turn down enhance conversions if you want. I usually just keep that blank. And then you go, done. And then Google will tell you here if it's verified or unverified. Then you'll be able to follow the instructions on how to get it verified. So the next category, so this is forms. The next one is going to be phone call leads. Okay. So you're going to click in here. Same thing. You're going to edit your settings. I'll create another video on how to do real call tracking using the software that we use. But this, I'm going to do this just for a mobile, an extension. Okay. So we'll do call extension calls. And I'll go through what a call extension is in a little bit. So you have your call extension. We're going to save that. Primary action, again, we're going to leave it as primary because it's in a different category and is the primary one, another primary goal that we want. Value, same thing. Put whatever if you have a value, put it. If not, just leave it. This is calls from ads. For this, we want to count 1 again. So if the same customer calls you a bunch of times, we don't want to keep counting those. It's going to mess up our data. This is important. Call length. Okay. If somebody calls you and they talk to you for over 60 seconds, it's probably a legitimate call. If they call you for under 60 seconds, it was probably one of those, hey, this is so, do you do this? Oh, no, we don't do that. Or oh, I can direct you to someone who does, or we don't do that anymore. That doesn't count as a lead. That's just an inquiry, and that's not a valid lead. So I usually do 60 seconds. You can do 90, whatever you want. But if the call length is over 60 seconds, that counts. Click through a window, conversion window again. I like 60 days. Again, data-driven is going to be, I'm pretty sure they're going to rule out all of these and everything's going to be data-driven. So once that happens, it's just going to be data-driven. Again, I like first click, especially on the call extensions, okay? So if someone's on their phone and they see it and they click on it, I want the first click because it's a call extension. That's the first thing that they do is click. If it's a different type of call tracking that we're doing, we might switch that up. But we'll do first click for this. We hit save, done. Back. Okay, so now we have both of these set up. Okay. Conversion tracking. This one is technically not set up yet, so I don't think they're going to let us do it. And then you have to wait for the next video when I show you how to set up conversion tracker with Google Tag Manager. Okay, so let's get out. Let's go back to our campaigns. Let's just double check. Our bidding, yeah, we're not set up yet, so it's still not showing. Okay, so we're going back. I clicked, there's a little icon here that said change view. I like this one because I can see all my campaigns. I can see this window as well. So this is what it looked like before. I like having the 2 columns here. Okay, that's my preference. I don't like managing them up here. I like managing them here because I've been doing that for 14 years. Okay, so I'm going to go to my campaign. So let's go back up here, view my campaign. This is the campaign we created. I click on that. Here are my 3 ad groups. So you see it changed. It goes to ad groups. Let's go to tree service. And it has my keywords. Tree service near me, tree service Lafayette, tree service, whatever your town is. Okay. In here, we can change our bidding. So cost per click is max CPC, cost per click. It's not going to be a penny, unfortunately. But I always like to start conservatively, okay? So if I want to change all of the bids for these keywords, I can actually go back to my ad groups, and I can, and I can go into default max CPC and say, hey, all the keywords in tree service, make them $5. Large increase, save twice to confirm. Okay. I'm gonna do that for all of them. $5. Save twice. Save twice. Okay, so now when I click into tree service, now it's $5. So I can manually change the value for each one of these. And that's important. That's why we did manual bidding, because tree service near me is expensive. That's an expensive term. Anything with near me is expensive because Google knows that that's a very high customer intent to buy. They are searching for someone near them. They're not just searching like, how do I choose a tree service? Where do I go? They're looking for someone. They need something. Tree service Lafayette or the towns, those are usually less expensive, but near me is usually pretty expensive. So we actually have the control to change the bidding. Okay, and that's what we want in the beginning. Now let's go back to our ads and our assets. Okay, so I'm in the tree service ad group, and I'm in the ads for this ad group, and it's showing me all of the different parts of the ads that we made. So if I want to edit it, you click on the icon, and you can go in and edit. Okay, cancel. Now assets, they just changed this. There used to be extensions, but now it's called assets. So you're going to click assets. Now we're in tree service ad group, and we're in the assets. Okay. We want to start adding some assets here, some extensions. So we did create some site links. And if I click under ad group, you can make new site links, or you can go to use existing that we've already created. So for this ad group, I want to put tree removals, tree trimming, stump removal, save. So boom, here they are. Okay. That's for site links. Remember, these are the site links. Okay, so here you can add a call out. The call out is where you can put in unique offerings or benefits that your company has to offer. This is where you would put, if you're open 24 hours, 24/7 service, you could put, let's say you're fully insured, you have certain certifications. That is where this will go. Okay, let me see if I can find an example. Okay, so here's one I did for a tree service in Chicago. So you'll see commercial, residential, tree trimming, tree removal. They give you some their services. 24/7 emergency service, 24-hour emergency service, low price guaranteed, experience, those types of things. It's just anything that you can do to make your ad bigger and more prominent. Real estate on the Google search engine results page is at a premium. So if they show your ad, you want to make sure that you have all of those extensions firing that you can, because the bigger, the better. Okay, so that's an example of a call out. So let's do 24/7 service, low price, guaranteed. Let's say you did a safety training, certified, and you can do fully insured. Okay. So you got 4 of those in there now. So now under our assets, it's showing site link. We have a call out. What else can we add? A structured snippet. That's another, see right here, here's an example. It's another part of the ad that you can add, that you can include to make your ad stand out more. Okay. You can do it at the ad group level or at the campaign. This is for tree service. We haven't created an existing one. So now they give you options. Okay. You could do a service catalog. You could do types. Shows is not, that's more for movie theaters. Courses, you're not doing that. Brands that you work with, you don't have that. Amenities, it's a home service, so you're going to the home. Hotels, boom, boom, boom. So what I usually do would be a service catalog. And again, this is where you do tree trimming, stump removal, tree removal. Let's say you're an accountant, or let's say you're a lawyer and you do car wrecks, truck wrecks, personal injury, corporate. Let's say you finance, corporate finance, whatever it is. Put a list of all your services on there, and you can add several. Okay, I'm just doing 4. So we have that in here. It's saved under the ad group. Done. Now we have structured snippet, site link, call out. Super important here. Call. Need to have the call form. Okay. So this is a new call extension. It's in the United States. This is where you put your phone number. I'll do mine, 630-569-1301. Let's make it look like they have it, just so it doesn't get any pushback, because Google is funny. Now, conversion action. I created these. So you can do at the account level, which is fine. If you have a different type that you do at the ad group level, you can do that as well. Those are both fine. If you do it at the account level, you just have to do it make sure, well, you only have one for call extension, so it's fine. So just do the account settings. If you want to get into it, you could say, hey, only call me during certain days and hours. That's completely up to you. It's all based on how your business is run and operated. Okay, so we're going to save that. Let's refresh. I want to make sure that my call extension's working. But let's see. Okay. Structured snippet, Sitelink, Callout, call. So we have all those extensions now. If you have a promotion, you can do a promotion. There are some local services that have them. We've done a bunch of them. Let's say you want to do it for, let's say it's a fall sale, since we're in fall. Currency, what type of discount? Let's say it's $50 off the item. We'll do tree service, put the URL in there, promotion details on orders over $500. You get $50 off. And then you can run a test. If you want this only to run throughout the fall, you can say start date is, let's see, today's the 13th today, and then we'll say, hey, end this when Christmas or when winter comes, which is one of these days. Let's say this is the 21st. Okay. Then let's just put mine on here again. Final URL. So let's go into super important is location. Okay, so this is where you can tie your Google Ads campaign to your Google business profile, which used to be Google My Business. If you're a local service company, please make sure that you have a Google business profile. It's 100% complete. It's accurate. Make sure it's optimized. Make sure you're posting. Make sure you're adding pictures. And make sure you're getting a bunch of reviews and you're replying to those reviews, okay? If you don't have that process set up yet, give us a call. We help people with that all the time. So you have options here. So, right, you're going to want to, since hopefully you are managing that, you're going to click on a profile that you know. Okay, it's not going to show my location on here, but if you did have one, it's going to, because this email address isn't tied to my Google My Business account. It'll show right here. You'll click it, and then you'll hit continue, and then it'll be all set up. Okay? So that you'll have location, you'll have all of these other ones set up. The other thing that you're going to want to do is keep an eye on this, because right now you don't have an option for an image. But if this campaign was running for a while, sometimes Google doesn't let you have that image extension right off the bat. But as you've been going and having your campaign run for a little bit, then you'll have an option to do an image extension. And then that's where you'll see an image pop up right here. Okay. But they're not giving it to me yet. Some industries, some campaigns we run and they give it to me right away. But sometimes these local service campaigns, they don't. Okay. So now let's go back. We have our tree service ad group set up. We have the ads, the descriptions. We have our assets. Everything's going. It's under review. Keywords. We have our keywords set up. Okay. Now, you have the option. So these are the search keywords. These are the ones that we are bidding on. Negative keywords are keywords that we want to add to a campaign that we don't want to show up for. Okay. So if I'm in tree service and somebody, let's say a competitor is looking for ideas, we don't want your ad to show up. So let's say someone's looking for, I've seen all these searches. So let's say somebody's looking for business cards. I like the word business. I do not like the word cards, because somebody who's looking for tree service doesn't care about cards. So I'm going to put cards. I'm going to do singular and plural, card and cards. Okay. Some people are looking for tree service business plans. We don't want that. So we'll do plans. We don't want equipment. This is a general negative keyword that we always want to put in there, unless you are the cheapest. Cheap. We don't want cheap. We don't want free. People looking for free. Or we don't want donated, donations, any of those types of things. Okay? We want to make sure our ads aren't showing up to people who are not specifically looking for tree services. Okay? And we're doing this at the ad group level. So, so here's an example. So that's just for tree service. If I wanted to do tree removal, here are my tree removals. I don't want somebody who's really, if let's say I don't do stump grinding or stump removal, and I just do tree removal, tree trimming. I don't do stump removal because there's not as much money in it. I just want tree removal. So I'll go into my tree removal ad group, and I'll go to negative keywords. And anybody who's putting in the word stump, stumps, grind, grinding, grinder, people looking for grinding equipment. We want to get rid of all of these things. You're not going to know them all once you start these campaigns, but you can have a good idea of keywords you don't want your ad showing for. We've been doing this forever, so I have negative keyword lists that are already established. So when we start these campaigns and we hit go, we don't have to worry about any of these. Like, it's a well-oiled machine. But as you go, and if you're going to do this on your own, you're going to see in here after a while, and I'll let me pop one up for you. I'm going to blur out the top so you can't see who that is. Here's the search terms. You know, we're looking at tree removal near me, tree removal near, like, these are good search terms. Okay, some of these, they look pretty good. Depending on if you're servicing a certain area, you may want to get rid of it. What we also like to do is get rid of competitors' names too. Sometimes you will be able to get some of your competitors' leads, but the vast majority of people, if they're looking for Save a Tree or they're looking for Sergio's or a specific company, they're not gonna. They already have, somebody has recommended them. They've used them before. The click-through rate, the amount of people that click on the ad for the amount of times it's shown, is super low, and the cost per conversion is super high. So it's not worth the money. So, give you an example. Yeah, we have tons and tons and tons of these in these campaigns. Let me move myself. 945. Okay. Let's go back. You want as you get into these and you start optimizing these campaigns and you can see these search terms, whatever is not relevant for your company, get rid of it. That's very, very important for optimizing it. Again, I'll do another video on optimizing later. We have, there's our campaign. Our ad groups are set up. We have our ads set up here. In tree service, we have our assets. We have everything ready to go. We still need to do the conversions. But as far as this goes, it's ready to rock and roll as long as you've done everything else that I've said in this video. And with that, you should be set to go. So stay tuned for some more videos. I know we're not 100% finished with this, but this gets you about 90% of the way done. I hope that you found this helpful. If you like this content, subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to be producing tons of other local service company marketing strategies that have just really, really worked and have benefited a lot of companies over the last 14 years that we've been doing this. So stay tuned, and hope to talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.